Roughly 1 in 10,000 people view the weight of human suffering the same way most of us view a crumpled Kleenex. These individuals aren't always the stereotypical villains of true crime documentaries. Many are the people we sit next to on airplanes, or the high-net-worth individuals running the world's largest tech corporations. Jeffrey Epstein serves as the ultimate study in this. He was a confirmed predator who didn't hide in a basement, but instead operated with high-level access to the most influential circles on the planet. This raises a difficult question. When someone like this is officially exposed and convicted, why doesn't their immediate tribe of thousands instantly cast them out as a pariah? It is tempting to assume that everyone surrounding a monster must be complicit, evil, or silenced by blackmail. But the reality is often more subtle. Predatory behavior flourishes in plain sight because of a specific structural blind spot in how we process social responsibility. For a psychopath, the world is defined by absolute separation. Their sense of self ends abruptly at the boundary of their own skin, leaving no room for a connection to anyone outside of it. Behavioral experts describe it this way. A psychopath could witness a mother screaming over her injured child in the street, and their only coherent thought is if the local Chinese restaurant is still serving orange chicken. This lack of empathy is a physiological reality. They aren't choosing to be rude or immoral. They simply lack the cognitive hardware required to feel what another person feels. To function in society, they rely on mimicry. They have to stand in front of mirrors and literally rehearse the physical expressions of shock and sadness they see in others, just so they can fake a human response when the situation calls for it. Their entire existence depends on maintaining this internal wall while blending seamlessly into the expectations of the crowd. In a modern megacity, that camouflage is incredibly effective. The massive scale of urban life makes an individual's internal disconnection go completely unnoticed. Our brains haven't changed in 200,000 years. We are biologically hardwired to manage a tribe of exactly 120 people. But when forced into cities with millions of strangers, our empathic systems overload. We develop a form of contagious apathy because we lack the cognitive willpower to care about everyone we see. During a filmed experiment at London's Liverpool street station, over 90 people walked around or stepped over a woman in business clothes who was crying out for help on the ground. Psychologists call this the diffusion of responsibility. Every individual assumes that someone else, a doctor, a police officer, or a more concerned bystander, will eventually take on the burden of helping. This modern apathy creates the perfect environment for a predator to operate. Our collective exhaustion camouflages the person who truly does not care. This natural tendency toward urban indifference creates a vulnerability that can be used to protect the powerful. We live in an era characterized by the death of outrage. A constant bombardment of negative news cycles drains our emotional capacity, making it difficult to maintain focus on any single scandal or monster for long. To understand exactly how our attention is redirected, we have to look at the work of the renowned psychologist Abraham Maslow. Maslow's hierarchy shows human motivation is built on a foundation of physiological survival and physical safety. These needs must be met first. When a high-powered person faces public scrutiny, media narratives shift toward direct threats to our survival. Questions about safety or energy costs dominate. By introducing even a mild threat to your personal safety, an external narrative can force your focus away from moral outrage. When your mind perceives a danger to its own survival, it prioritizes that immediate concern over the actions of a distant predator. True evil persists through a structural loop. It relies on the predator's sociopathy, the crowd's natural apathy, and a relentless media cycle that redirects our primal fears whenever the monster is finally brought to light.